This capture includes a quick overview of the interface for 3ds Max 2011. We will get familiar with how the tools are grouped and get acquainted with the location of the various tools and interface elements. Moving clockwise around the interface, notice as I scroll over an item, you will see a description of that item, what it is and what it is used for. Beginning in the upper left-hand corner is the application button. Click on that. You can see this is where we can set a new file, reset the file, open, save, import, export, and various other options available. We also exit 3ds Max, and we have options available through this drop-down menu. The Quick Access toolbar is located just to the right of the application button. Here you can undo, save, create a new scene, various options. And moving right, you can see the scene file. Information to the right of that. We have other options available. This is the Info Center. Info regarding subscription, favorites, search, help is all up in this area. Moving down, we have the standard drop-down menus. It's a static menu bar. Edit tools groups. If I click on Edit, you'll get the drop-down menu. And here you can undo, redo, delete, clone, and your move, rotate, and scale transform tools are located here. To the right, you'll see the keyboard hotkeys available for those. Under Tools, you can see we can rename objects, mirror objects, explore and container options, managing layers and lights, various other options. Here under Group, this is where our grouping options are for grouping objects. Views, viewport configuration, and other options are available through this drop-down menu. Under the Create drop-down menu, you have access to your standard and extended primitives and other objects and shapes, your lights, cameras, and helpers. Modifiers. Here your modifiers are grouped here, many of them available. Animation tools. Here you can load and save animations. Your IK solvers of various types are located here. Constraints and controllers, parameters and bone tools, skinning tools. Moving to the right, graph editors, your editing tools of various types and viewers. Next to that is rendering options. Moving to the right, here's where you can customize your user interface. Unit setup, preferences, plugin manager is also located here. Mac script options, your help menu, and next to that, once it's installed, will be Go Z for ZBrush. Moving down, we have the main toolbar, which is appearing in icons, not text. And as you scroll back and forth, you can see, well, I'll show you a little bit better by reducing that. If you do not get all of your menu items within your view, then you can scroll left and right to be able to access those depending on how large your viewport is, your viewing area. Okay, in the main toolbar you have your linking options, binding, your selection options. Again, your transform tools are here, move, rotate, scale, and additional options for those. Snapping options, mirror, align, layers, managing your editors, and is here. let's see, your material editor and some rendering options are here also. One other thing before we move on, I'd like to point out this little line at the bottom of some of these icons. And what that indicates is a flyout menu is available with additional selections. So if you click on that left mouse button and hold, you will see additional selections available. You click on one of those, release, and that option becomes available to you. Moving on around clockwise, to the right you can see the command panel. The command panel encompasses this entire area, and it is a primary area for working within 3ds Max. The command panel is made up of sub-panels with their options. It's categorized as Create Panel, Modify Panel, Hierarchy, Motion, Display, and Utilities. And under each one of these sub-panels, you can see the options available for that particular sub-panel. Create sub-panel has a drop-down panel with different selections in it. You can see it located right here, and as I click on the down arrow, you can see the additional items available to you. And those are called drop-down panels. You'll find them in each one of your options available here within Create. And though the drop-down panel interface looks the same, the items within it will change according to the type of item that you're creating. Now, if we move over here to the geometry selection, you can also see that within that panel you have different rollout menus. You click on this little line and it will condense it, or you can expand it by clicking on the plus. And within the geometry creation panel, you have some primitives available to you, and your extended primitives are available, and they're categorized in this way. Okay, and the same is true for these other options. Moving on to the Modify panel, you will see that these are actually, you would be better able to see if I were to create a primitive object. I'll change the color. Go back over to the Modify panel. You can see that now my object is appearing in this, what's called a stack. The reason it's called a stack is this is where you do most of your modifications, and if I have my object created, I will go to the drop-down panel and I can then stack a modifier on top of that object, which then controls that object, as you can see. Now once I have that object deformed, then I can go ahead and collapse. If you right click on those different options, you can get additional interface options for you. Moving on, in hierarchy you have options such as moving your pivot points and so forth. Under the motion panel, it's an animation tool set, and this panel is for showing and hiding your objects, different display types. You can see I just turned off, I hid the geometry and shapes. And the utilities panel is where typically your proprietary tools will pop in, so your exporters and so forth, so that you can export your models to your scene into your box, whatever platform your console you're exporting to. The two that I want to point out here, collapse and reset Xform, are two options that you will want to know where those are. You'll be using them frequently. Okay, as we move around the interface, I'd like to point out in the bottom right hand corner, these are different ways of panning around your viewports. You can also orbit around your objects. You can zoom in and out on your objects, various navigating tools. Some of these also have flyouts. As you can see, the little mark on the bottom of the icon there gives you various options for navigating. You have your animation playback tools, auto key, set key here. You have a prompt line, which gives you feedback about your scene. You have the listening tool associated with Max script. And here you have your time slider. You can see that it shows you the number of frames of animation available to you, this particular scene, and now you're on frame 0. And down here in the track bar you will see your keys, your animation keys when they're set. I'll go ahead and set one for you. Click that and move it over here and click it again. You can see on that track bar there are two keys, animation key set. Now if you right click on that, you will also see some additional interface items that you can utilize with the animation keys. Now moving on to the viewports, I'll turn this off here. I want to talk to you briefly about viewports. You have 4 available in the basic configuration, and these words are kind of hard to see, so I'm going to click off of my graph so you can see that. This is the front view, and over here if you right click on that you have your viewing options. And the top view, again, different viewing options for that, and selecting on this viewport and getting rid of the grid. You can see this is the left side of that ball, and you can flat shade that. You can have different viewing options available to you, or you can simply click maximize viewport toggle if you like working large like I do, and be able to work with one viewport at a time. You can easily access the others by clicking the key command associated with it, T for top, L for left, B for bottom, which is not available in your standard viewport setup. You can also click P for your perspective view, and F for front if I haven't said that. Now there's also a gizmo that's provided right up here that you can also navigate by clicking on the arrows or grabbing it and moving it around. Now this was a quick overview of the new 2011 interface for 3ds Max. And take a little time to explore the interface and discover what each of these interface elements can do for you. And this may help to prepare you for the upcoming class tutorials. For additional help, go to Menu Bar, Help, and you can see there's Essential Skills, Movies, How-To Movies, Learning Path, Tutorials, and additional information for you there. And this concludes the quick overview of the interface for 3ds Max 2011.